For centuries, the enemy has built a counterfeit system through the hands of men. Layers of creeds, councils, and theologies have been woven together to form something that looks righteous and good, but is not the faith once delivered to the saints. And many who cling to it, some unknowingly, but others willfully, end up fighting against the Most High himself because they resist his instructions for their life. This counterfeit system does not stand by doctrine alone. It survives through psychological warfare, tactics designed to trap the mind and keep people bound by chains of deception. The enemy uses doublethink, gaslighting, fear conditioning, guilt manipulation, and projection. These tactics intertwine. Fear makes gaslighting believable. Guilt keeps people silent. Doublethink keeps them too confused to resist. Projection turns the blame back on truth seekers by accusing them of preaching a false gospel, when in reality it is their gospel that is false. Together they form a web of control that keeps people from discovering the truth. And here's the awful reality. A man or woman hears the call of the Most High. With all their heart they want to serve Him, so they step into a church, expecting to be led into truth, but instead they are indoctrinated into creeds. They're told the commandments are nailed to the cross, yet required to tithe. They're warned that questioning the Trinity will send them to hell. If they point to Scripture, the response is, that's not what it really means. If they seek to keep the Sabbath or feast days, they're branded as a legalist or Judaizer. If they proclaim the true gospel of the Messiah, which is faith and obedience, they're condemned as heretics and told they're preaching another gospel. The very place they thought would draw them closer to the Most High has been infiltrated and weaponized, leaving them unable to see the true gospel, deaf to His commandments, and cut off from the narrow way that leads to life. But the Bible is not complicated. The way of truth is not a maze of counsels, traditions, or theological tricks. It is faith and obedience. Yet this counterfeit system doesn't rely on Scripture. It relies on Greek philosophy. It teaches people to speculate, to debate endless mysteries, and to reason about things Scripture never even mentions. Instead of the words of the prophets and the Messiah, they inherit reasoning of Plato and Aristotle. And in the process, the simple call to love Yahweh and keep His commandments is buried under layers of man-made thought. The Messiah said, "The way of life is narrow and few will find it, but broad is the way embraced by many that leads to destruction." Revelation warns, "Come out of her, my people." The earliest disciples did not belong to a specific denomination. They were called followers of the way. The Messiah is the way, the truth, and the life, and He leads us back to the Father and His instructions. Coming out is not losing something. It is gaining freedom. It is leaving behind the confusion of men to walk in the clarity of Yahweh's word. The ancient writings of Enoch declare that in the last days a generation will arise who return to the Most High's ways, while the multitudes remain on the broad path. The Messiah confirmed this. He said, "Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow is the way that leads to life, and few find it." But don't be fooled. When you turn to the truth of Scripture and stand against this system the enemy has built, you will face opposition. Family and friends will turn against you. The church may tell you that you are no longer welcome, and every form of psychological warfare will be used to break you down. Yet the command remains, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, for Yahweh your Elohim is with you, and He will strengthen you and He will uphold you. Liberty Soldiers exist for this remnant, to wake people up, to expose the counterfeit system and the enemy's tactics of deception, and to call them back to the way. And make no mistake, this is not a time to blend in with deception. It is a time to stand against it, to take up the full armor of the Most High and fight for the truth with the word of Yahweh as our weapon.